live Oklahoma weather alert here right around 6:45. William Cole here in the forecast center. We continue to track the potential now for severe weather as we head into the late afternoon and now early evening here in Oklahoma. Tornado watch continues here. Counties in bright green. This is until 11 p.m. Western Oklahoma, far northern northwestern Oklahoma. It does include Kingfisher and Canadian County on the far western sides of the Oklahoma City metro. We've got storms out here around the Clinton area. Those have just gone severe, and we also have a storm out here in the Texas Panhandle. It's essentially hugging the Oklahoma-Texas line. It is tornado warned. And while we've got storm trackers and all that, we're going to be talking with them coming up momentarily. So it's all about this boundary. See this boundary up here across portions of northwestern Oklahoma, this kind of washed out cold front here. We've also got a dry line extending down into portions of the South Texas Panhandle. That is the focus of these scattered showers and thunderstorms around Oklahoma. And again, the potential for severe weather. And again, unfortunately this evening, the threat of damaging hail, damaging winds, and tornadoes. All of that is in the forecast as we go through the evening. We want to be real clear about that. So first of all, our first severe warned storm here, really of the evening for the main body of Oklahoma. This is the first warned storm. And again, this is out here along I-40. There's Elk City, there's Arapahoe. And so again, this is also out here around the Clinton area. This is going to be back to the west of Weatherford. Severe storm here, and this is trying to morph here quickly into what appears to be a supercell. We've really got to keep our eyes on this storm. The hail core came up fairly quickly on this. The Weather Service warned this initially for some quarter-size hail. This could now be pushing at least up over a $half size hail, maybe trying to push to golf balls. And I think this storm may be trying to organize here into a supercell. We're going to track that carefully. This is lifting off here to the north, Butler, and eventually back up towards the Putnam area as well. Highway 183. Again, you folks there, heads up. Let's go look at Peyton's video here. And one of our storm trackers, Peyton Epperly. And so we'll go back. Let's go back just to the weather computer. We'll take another look at that coming up momentarily. But again, Peyton is on the live line with us here. Peyton, you're looking at the storm. Let's go and punch up your video here, and we'll take a closer look at that. But give us an update. You're looking at the storm directly.
Yes, William. I'm here in between Arapahoe and Clinton, Clinton. And like you said, I was just kind of hanging out, waiting for things to kind of pop, and looked over, and all of a sudden, immediately jumped up just like that. I mean, you kind of really hit it on the head. I'm in here between Arapahoe and Clinton, like I said, just kind of waiting for further development. Back to you, William.
Okay, really appreciate that update there, Peyton. And again, we're looking at your video there. Again, it's coming in well, so we're just going to continue to at least look at that, kind of double box it here a little bit. I want to take a closer look here on radar. We're going to get to the other storms going on, but I want to take a look on radar here. And again, as we do that, you can see essentially exactly where the hail core is here, and it's essentially right over the Foss area. And so again, this storm really intensified quickly. Again, here's the I-40 corridor. And so again, this storm will continue to lift to the north here. Again, here's Highway 183. Here's the Clinton area. Here's Weatherford. So this storm is going to stay to the west, it appears, of those hometowns. But again, as this does continue to lift off to the north, again, at least right now, the immediate threat, it is hail. And again, like I said, the Weather Service initially warned this for some quarter-size hail. This could easily be pushing $half size, could be trying to go to golf balls. And like I said, in general, this storm is trying to morph into more supercell characteristics. So a lot of times supercells mean big hail. We'll be tracking that big hail potential, but with the tornado watch in effect, we want to pay extra special attention to this storm. Let's quickly look at the spin rate here as well, if we can, Chris. And so there is an organized area of spin. And so on a day like today, the thing you really have to watch for are rapidly or fast changing weather conditions. Okay, and so that's what we're doing here in the forecast center. And this storm went from essentially a shower with not really even much in the way of lightning maybe 15 minutes ago to now it's rapidly intensifying. We have something called the low-level jet. It's just now beginning to kick in, and this storm is morphing quickly. So we want to pay really close attention to this, but there is a broad area of spin. Right now it's mid-level spin, but it's come up in the storm fairly quickly. Again, that's one of the reasons why the hail core is getting bigger. This storm is now merging, and it's now morphing rather into a supercell. Peyton, let me ask you again. I know you're still on the live line with us here. You're out there around the Clinton area. What the structure of the storm, what are you seeing with the structure of the storm right now? We've got a broad area of mid-level spin developing just to the southwest of Foss. But as we're looking at your video, I know you're still driving there, but what are you seeing from your vantage point?
Yeah, William, actually, in the last 5 minutes, I've seen a few more cloud-to-ground lightning strikes. You can tell this thing's trying to get intense. I'm going to get a little farther to my west just to try to get a better visual, but man, it is thick out here. It is very thick. Temperatures are still in the 80s where I'm at right now, and you can tell. It has that Oklahoma feeling of a thunderstorm.
Yeah, it's got that fuel to work off of for sure. All that stickiness. But I mean, so as far as the base of the storm goes, because again, we're starting to get some organized, again, mid-level, nowhere near low-level rotation, but some organized mid-level rotation with this. Again, hail core increasing, maybe up to the size of golf balls now. But again, as you're just kind of eyeballing, and I know it's not necessarily in your shot because you're trying to drive and get into position there, but are you seeing a base at all develop, or any kind of striations or anything else that would lead you to believe, just from a visual standpoint, that this storm is maybe morphing into more of a supercell?
Yes, well, I am. I just kind of got it into my vantage point. I'm going to try to get a little farther west and show you, but you can kind of see where a wall cloud or where some rotation, like you were talking about, would be trying to form. Like I said, I'm in town, so it's a little difficult to see. Right. But you can definitely tell it's trying to get its act together. Okay, so we're going to continue to watch it. Again, that storm there, it came up quickly here, just over the last, maybe 10, maybe even 15 minutes. Maybe not even 15 minutes, but again, at least right now, this is a big hailstorm. Again, the hail core just north of Foss. And like I said, that's going to continue to track up towards the Stratford area and then eventually towards the Butler area. So Stratford and Butler, again, those two hometowns, heads up. Let's look at the hail core one more time if we can here, Chris. And so again, right now, this being the only severe storm in the state. But again, this hail core went from essentially nothing, not even a hail core there, 15 minutes ago, to now a rapidly intensifying storm here with at least an opportunity of some $half size hail. Again, right there north of I-40, Foss again, and then the storm eventually will continue to lift there to the north again as we go over the next 20 minutes or so. So we've got Peyton, red dot right there. That is his live GPS. He'll continue to monitor it. Video coming in. And again, we'll be checking back with him on that storm again coming up here momentarily. I want to get out to the west now, and I want to go to Trey's video. And if we have Trey on the live line, this is a storm that's out in the Texas Panhandle. It is tornado warned in the Texas Panhandle, but it's very close to the Oklahoma border. And as we move the radar, Chris, we'll take a look at this. I want to punch it up on radar coming up momentarily as well. But Trey, you're on the live line with us here. And there we go. Let's go and take a look at this one. So again, this is just hugging the Oklahoma border. This dark black line, that is the Oklahoma border. This looks impressive here. And so the red polygon here, the red box, that's the tornado warning. Does not include Oklahoma, but again, it is just about as close to the Oklahoma border now as you can get. By the way, this is Roger Mills County here. And so there's Raiden. And or there's Raiden right over there, rather. There's Trey. He's going to be just west of the Roll area. He's out there on Highway 33. And so, Trey, you're eyeballing this. I believe the Weather Service in Norman's now issued a severe thunderstorm warning for that storm for portions of far western Roger Mills County as that tries to come on in. But again, looking at your video here, again, we can definitely see the bell-shaped structure. And if you look carefully, even some of the striations there, that's a well put together mesocyclone. But Trey, give us an update on this storm.
Yeah, I'm just west of Rawl on Highway 33. I'm as close as I'm going to be able to get to this storm, really, without going into Texas. It has started to make a little bit of a right turn with the National Weather Service issuing a severe thunderstorm warning for this area. So I'm perfectly in line right now for it to head right to me.
No, I mean, you absolutely are, Trey. And so we want to track this one carefully as well. Again, it's currently warned. We want to be clear about that. A tornado warning in Texas. We have not had a confirmed tornado with that, but there was at least a strong indication on radar that there possibly was some type of tornadic activity with it.
Did you see that lightning?
And again, it is now just turning a little bit further off to the east and a little bit more to the northeast. So this is going to be north of the Allison area. And again, it is turning more to the, we're seeing it on radar, definitely turning more northeast. So that's going to be coming there into the Raiden area and eventually tracking up right where you are, Trey, right there on Highway 33. If I was you, I'd stay right where you are. Again, this storm essentially coming right to your location, and eventually it's going to kind of hug that Highway 283 corridor there up into portions of Ellis County. So again, Crawford, Roll, all the way back over through Raiden. Again, you folks there, stay alert to this storm, again, as it comes on in. Right now, currently with the severe thunderstorm warning in Oklahoma, but again, keep in mind this has been tornado warned, out in the Texas Panhandle. So we are tracking that carefully. Let's go up to, let's go up to the north now.
Hey, William?
Yeah, Trey, go ahead.
William, the cloud-to-ground lightning has really picked up at my location. I just had one that was probably about less than a mile away. Make that two that was less than a mile away. I can start to see the wall cloud really good now. And it's just barely, it's going to be barely into camera view. Sorry about that. But it's on the very right side. And when I got here, just pulled in, while ago, there was a little bit of a funnel try and go down.
Okay. Let's really watch this one carefully, Trey. There was a good indication when it was in Texas, and it still is in Texas, but again, just north of Allison, Texas there, from the Weather Service in Amarillo, that it was trying to produce tornadic activity. So this one has come up to the brink if it hasn't already produced it. And I know you're just a little bit removed. There's no way to get any closer. This is going to be coming to you. So we really want to pay attention to this storm. Again, officially in Oklahoma, there's not a tornado warning. But again, if you live in Raiden, again, all the way up towards the Highway 283 corridor, Highway 33 here, again, you really need to be paying extra special attention to the storm, even as far to the east as Roll. Again, heads up on this supercell here, as it's going to be crossing the Oklahoma-Texas line, coming on into Oklahoma. Trey, if anything changes with that one, let us know. I want to jump right back to you. Again, that one has at least been on the cusp in the Texas Panhandle of trying to produce tornadic activity. So we want to come right back to you if anything changes. I want to go up to Mike Russ live up in northern Oklahoma, and we've had a lot of scattered activity up here in the northern parts of the state as well. Mike, I believe you're up in the Woodward area. Tell us where you are now. Again, we've had more in the way of scattered activity up there. We'll take a look at the radar here as we get it moved up there and kind of see what's going on up there. You're closer to the boundary, and the tornado threat near the boundary, believe it or not, is actually the highest. And again, right here, this little blue line you're seeing, a lot of times these storms will try and ride the boundary. And just like we've seen in the Texas Panhandle, that's where we've had most of the tornado warnings as we've gone through the day. It's right there near the boundary. But Mike, we're eyeballing your shot here as well. Looks like we've got a fairly tough storm coming in there around the Woodward area. Tell us where you are now, and let's go and get an update on that.
Yes, William. We're actually going to be just east of Moreland, Oklahoma right now. We're cruising on Highway 412, getting ready to basically intercept these storms that are cruising up towards Waynoka. And, William, I can tell you, they're starting to look like they're trying to get their act together here a little bit. My cloud bases are starting to lower. They're starting to get firm up here. I've got an area just to my south here that's going to be right outside of the camera view yet, that I'm really watching as the storm kind of comes up to the north here, where I've got a lot of rising motion into the storm. No wall cloud, but that would be the area I'm kind of focusing on for wall cloud development if it were to happen. So I'm really watching these storms as they kind of come up towards me on Highway 412 here, William.
Yeah, Mike, you're in perfect position. I tell you what, that storm right now over Waynoka, let's really pay attention to that one. It's not severe warned, but the area of spin, it's just a mid-level area of spin. And again, a lot of these storms will have the potential for spin as we go through the evening. So I just want to really preface this. A lot of times when we say spin, that does not mean there is an immediate tornado threat. That means at the mid-levels, the storm is rotating. And tonight, a lot of times what that will do is produce large hail. I know we say this a lot, but that's a lot of times just the immediate threat. Once that area of spin begins to work its way down to the lower levels, that's when it becomes a little more concerning. But in order to work its way down to the lower levels, you first need that mid-level area of spin. So that's where we start, and so that's why we're tracking this carefully. These have at least the fairly unorganized right now mid-level area of spin. It's not even severe currently, but it's got the structure. The storm has the structure where, just like that one down there in Clinton, it could rapidly intensify. So we've got to watch it. And then this one is also closer to the boundary. Mike is right there. As we go back to reflectivity here, Chris, as we're looking at this, again, there's Waynoka right there. And so we're kind of watching this back end appendage. That's where this broad area of spin is. But Mike, as you're looking to this, it's going to be just off to your northwest. There's Mike's live GPS, Highway 412 here. So Mike, as you're looking off there to the northwest, again, you're not seeing any structure. You're not seeing any wall cloud development at this time. Is that correct?
Not at this time, William. We're just about to crown a hill here in just a minute, and I know the feed's just a little bit behind. But we're looking at it right now, and we're not seeing anything at the moment that would kind of warrant anything too severe at this moment yet. But we're trying to get a little bit closer here, William.
Okay, Mike, and again, you're in great position. We're going to check back in with you. And again, that storm just being right up there around the boundary, we really, really want to pay extra special attention to that one as well. I want to go back down to Peyton. This is our other storm. I know we've got Eric Hobbs on the line out there along I-40. He's watching some activity approaching from the west in the Texas Panhandle. Eric, we will get back to you coming up momentarily. Let me just take a look at what we got coming in here. Let's see. Okay, I'm just getting some new information coming in here. I want to go back out to Trey real quick here, and I'm sorry about that. Let's go. I think we've got Trey, and so we're getting new information in here still with this storm. Let's go back down. This is the one that was tornado warned still in Texas. and we've had a severe thunderstorm warning extended into Oklahoma, and this is going to be for Roger Mills County specifically. Severe thunderstorm warning here, but this storm has come very close to producing tornadic activity, if it hasn't already, again out in the Texas Panhandle. This is now approaching Roger Mills County, and so Trey, you're on the live line. I want to punch up the radar here as well to take a closer look at this. So again, here's the Oklahoma-Texas line right here, the dark line. Roger Mills County, Ellis County. There's Arnett, there's Roll, Highway 33 here, red dot, that's where Trey is. Here's the storm. Let's zoom in on this just a little bit, and let's just kind of get an update. It's been about 5 minutes or so since we looked at this. And again, for Oklahoma at least, it's only a severe thunderstorm warning. Let's quickly hit the spin rate. And this radar that we're looking at from, it's a little bit hard to use this, so let's just go back to reflectivity. We're looking at this out of the Vance Air Force Base next route side up there. But again, as this storm comes in, this is a supercell, and again, you can see the structure, this bell-shaped structure here, and again, striations up in here, and again, locally heavy rain and hail down in here. This would be where the area of spin is, right back in here. This is where we got to watch, right in there. So Trey, you're eyeballing this. You're looking at it there from Highway 33 down to the southwest. Trey, give us an update on this storm.
Yeah, William, a while ago it had just a little bit of a cone-looking funnel on it. It wasn't. It's really hard to discern whether it's close, whether it was on the ground or not. But I know it was had a little bit of a funnel on it, just to the left of the rain core. It's really hard to see on the camera, but if you see the red fence right
Trey,
there, you can look.
Trey, let me
just
tell
to
you,
the left of it, and that's the clear spot.
Yeah, they're going to go and issue a tornado
where
warning.
I saw that cone.
Okay, Trey, we got so they're going to go and issue a tornado warning on this. So tornado warning is going to be coming out. So let's watch this one carefully. We may need to switch the radar around here, but let's zoom in just a little bit, and then also be ready for that over there.
I'm sorry,
too.
do what?
No, I'm sorry. I'm talking to Chris here too, Trey. So let's go and stick with your storm a little bit. We're going to check back in with Peyton momentarily, but again, there is going to be a tornado warning officially from the National Weather Service in Norman coming out on this. So again, we want to stick with this storm here. And again, so currently from Texas, I just checked from the National Weather Service in Amarillo, no reports of a tornado with this storm so far, but what they're saying is they want to be surprised if there wasn't some type of tornadic activity in the Texas Panhandle over the last 20 minutes with this storm. And again, this is now turning a little bit more to the northeast, and eventually this is now going to be pushing into Oklahoma. And so again, Highway 33, there's the there's Trey rather, his live GPS dot, and again, here's Roll back here, Highway 283. So Trey, again, you said you've seen at least some intermittent funnel activity. And again, even as we're looking at your video now, I mean, that wall cloud, it's looking just a little bit lower. Again, I mean, just in like the last minute or two that we've been looking at this, again, give us another update there. And there's the new tornado warning just populating.
Yeah, it is starting to move a little closer to me. I can actually start to see the left side of the wall cloud too now come into view. But it's kind of hard because it's just back behind some rain. So as soon as that rain passes over me, I'll definitely be able to see better. Or as soon as that rain gets a little closer, I'll be able to see better. But it is a very broad wall cloud, lots of mid-level rotation in it, and it is really low to the ground.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's almost hugging the ground there. So like I said, we haven't had a confirmed report. Checking with the National Weather Service in Amarillo of anything on the ground. But again, this is in a fairly rural area of Texas. And even as it comes into Oklahoma, initially it'll be in a fairly rural area. But again, we just want to underscore a brand new tornado warning here. And let's see, that was issued until when? When was the warning on it? We're just going to double check that warning here.
Until 7:45.
Okay, until 7:45 this evening. Brand new tornado warning here for portions of Roger Mills County. Now, essentially, there's no hometowns included in the warning. Highway 33 is included, but the Crawford area and even Mackey, Raiden, and Roll are not officially included in that warning. However, if you live in those areas, Crawford, Roll, Mackey, and even down towards Raiden, heads up on this storm. This is a supercell. It's turning a little more to the right, and as we go through the evening now, a lot of these storms will have tendency to turn just a little more to the right. Okay, so at least right now, brand new tornado warning here. And again, this is going to be for Roger Mills County until 7:45. Again, it all has to do with this storm. It's been tornado warned in the Texas Panhandle for probably the last 30 minutes or so. And so we've been tracking this carefully. It's now turning, like I mentioned, a little bit more to the right. And so this will be pushing into portions of Oklahoma. Right now, officially, there are no hometowns included in this warning. Now, even though I say that, there are farms, there are ranches that are in this general area of the state. Again, Highway 33 being right here, Highway 283 being right back in there. But again, just to underscore one more time, brand new tornado warning. We've got storm trackers around the state. There's other storms going on. We're going to check on those coming up momentarily. But at least right now, this is our first tornado warning of the evening. And again, like I mentioned, it is now pushing out of the Texas Panhandle into portions of Roger Mills County. Tornado warning now until 7:45 this evening. Of course, we've got a storm tracker right there on it. And Trey says he's at least reported some intermittent funnel cloud activity now over the last 10 minutes. So, Trey, you're looking at this again from Highway 33. You're just to the west of Roll. Highway 33 right here. Again, we're looking at your live video. If there was to be anything happening, it'd be right back down in here. So, Trey, go ahead and give us a live update.
Yeah, William, I really haven't seen any more funnels out of it yet. The rain's starting to pick up, so I know it's getting really close to me. But it's going to be, that wall cloud is still really, really low to the ground. I just got a new scan in. It looks like the heaviest part of the rain is going to go to my left, just to my west. But I'm really watching that area right there. As you can see, there's that one feeder band going across the screen that's going to be about midway up. So.
Okay, Trey, so we're still watching that. Now, the other threat with this, is going to be the hail as well. There could easily be hail up to the size of baseballs with this storm. So, again, heads up on that. And we're still looking at your shot, Trey. You're still live here with us. So if you've got anything going on there, let us know. I mean, we're having to look at it through a video screen. So if you're seeing anything, let us know because you're right there. But, again, I can tell you that base is really coming down lower and lower here over the last couple minutes. What are you seeing there again from the field? Trey, are you still there? Okay, we'll continue.
Yeah, sorry, I have someone asking me a question about it, and so I was giving them an update.
Okay.
But yeah, I have not seen any more funnels out of it recently, but I'm pretty sure here in a few minutes I might have to reposition.
Yeah, I think so. What you need to do is go back just a little bit further to the east, a little bit closer to the Roll area is what I would do. Again, as this continues to turn, again, just a little more northeasterly, and eventually this may try and turn east. But again, the hook definitely more pronounced than it was, again, even maybe 5 minutes ago. Like I said, this has been warned now in the far eastern Texas Panhandle, down around the Wheeler, Texas area, and then also moved through Allison, Texas. Again, no confirmed tornadic activity. And so, like I mentioned, it's now moving into Oklahoma, Roger Mills County here specifically with this tornado warning until 7:45 this evening. Again, Trey being right there, looking right down into it. Again, a little bit of rain blocking his shot just slightly. But again, as we're looking at this, again, if there were to be any type of tornadic activity, be right back down in here. Now, Trey says there may have been some brief funnel cloud activity. So that's one of the things we have to keep in mind. A little bit of good news here is the fact that there's no immediate hometowns in this warning. Now, that doesn't mean there's not farms or ranches there in far western portions of Roger Mills County. But again, the specific hometowns of Crawford, Mackey, Raiden, even back over through Roll, you folks officially not in that warning. Let's kind of zoom this out a little bit, if we can, Chris. Let's zoom.
Hey, William, take my shot.
Yeah, let's go to, is that Peyton? Let's go to Peyton real quick. Let's get an update on I-40. And so, again, we're kind of balancing two storms. This is coming up fast, too. Yeah, let's go to Peyton's shot. If we can get Peyton punched up. Yeah, Peyton, this one's coming up fast now, too. Go and give us an update on your storm. So this is developing a hook quick. This is turning into a supercell. So, again, we're talking about two separate storms, one coming out of the Texas Panhandle in the Roger Mills County, and then we have another one down here across portions of Custer County. Oh, man. Okay, let's see. So this is still Trey's shot up there in the Roll area. Let's go to Peyton. And again, this is very impressive. We'll have to come back to this momentarily. But let's go to Peyton, and we'll get his shot punched up. Peyton, give us an update. Tell us what's going on.
Hey, William, I'm out here in between Clinton and Foss on Highway 73 looking to my southwest. Can you see my shot?
We actually do have your shot punched up there. Yes, go ahead.
Really, I mean, honestly, man, rotation's really intensified the last 5-10 minutes. There is some rapidly rising scud. I do have a good visual. Man, that the cloud-to-ground lightning is incredible, though. It is lighting up the sky, but I tried to get us in the best position I can, but, man, it's moving right directly to us. So I should have the shot for a good minute. Yeah, no, I tell you what, yeah, this is concerning here as well, this storm. Let's see if we're getting any indications from the Weather Service. But, yeah, if you live out there, I tell you, in the Stafford area, all the way up through Arapahoe, all the way up through Butler, all the way up through Custer City, you've really got to be paying attention to this storm. And again, you can see the base of it. And again, you can actually even see what appears to be a developing lowering there as well. So again, let's go and put the radar with this. And then let's go and hit the spin rate as well.
And so just kind of stick with us, Peyton. Again, we're kind of balancing both of these here. And so again, you can see Peyton there in the Clinton area. And so again, area of spin still fairly mid-level. And so again, that's what we're seeing here. But I mean, this is a good shot, Peyton. I can tell you the base of this just continues. Even in the last 2 minutes we were looking at this, it continues to get a little bit lower. Let's take a look at velocities here as well. And again, keep in mind, we're looking from the Vance Air Force Base, so it's a little raggedy to look at velocities from that location. But again, Peyton, you're not seeing anything trying to make contact at all. Again, this is becoming just a little more concerning, again, as we're looking at this.
No, William, I haven't seen anything try to go down. Like I said, it's tried to get organized and then it's fell apart. And it's tried to get organized and fell apart. But I will tell you that it has definitely strengthened since I've been here. But like I said, I mean, it's an amazing vantage point. A lot of rapid rising scud. But besides that, I don't have anything crazy yet.
I want to stick with your video there, and we want to get back to Trey coming up here momentarily as well. But again, we do want to stick with your video because, like I said, this is quite impressive. Again, what's coming in. Trey, just real quickly, we're going to double box all of this, but Trey, real quickly, with our only tornado warning that's out there in Roger Mills County. Again, from your vantage point, what's changing on that storm? Again, as we go and get both of these kind of double boxed up here. Trey, are you still on the live line with us?
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to get turned around. I went a little bit further east, trying to get a good shot of this too. I missed a road I wanted to turn down back there, so I'm turning around to go get on that road. I can really start to see the wall cloud really, really well right now. As soon as I turn up here, you'll be able to really see it. Maybe not. It might just be just off camera.
No, that's fine.
Okay, and so we're just kind of balancing two different things here. So I just want to be clear about what's going on. So number one, our storm here in the Roll area, far northwestern Oklahoma. Trey shot about to come into view here, talking about a wall cloud. This storm is tornado warned. This is far western portions of Roger Mills County. This is going to be west of the Roll area. Not necessarily any hometowns included in this warning right now. It's up around Highway 33, and so there's the wall cloud coming into view there. So we've got a secondary storm over here around the Clinton area, also with the wall cloud and also with rotation. Now the secondary storm, this is not tornado warned, but again, this looks quite impressive. And again, we're really able to see up into this storm. And the one thing I can tell you, it's looking a little more raggedy. We did have a little defined lowering base on this maybe 2 minutes ago. It's not as defined now, but again, Peyton, you're still looking at this, and as we kind of pan this back around, Peyton, so again, we're talking about two different storms. I just want to be real clear about this. We're going to get back to the Roll storm, but Peyton, give us an update here on this Clinton storm and tell us what's going on there.
So I'm still sitting in the same location. You're right on the head. You know, it's sitting here. It's trying to cycle. It's really just kind of flirting with that stage right now. Pretty messy, but I can feel it pulling in some inflow. So I'm sitting here probably a mile or two away from the circulation, and I can see definite rotation and, like I said, a lot of rapid rising scud. Can you still see my shot?
We've got it there, and it's absolutely telling the story. No two ways about it. So, you know, we're watching this storm here basically mature in real time. So again, talking about two separate storms. If you're just joining us here on Oklahoma Weather Tracker TV, one near the Roll area in far western Oklahoma in Roger Mills County, and a secondary storm again here in Clinton in west central Oklahoma. Tornado warning here. No confirmed tornado. We've got Trey Smith on it. We're going to check back in with him momentarily. Then here in the Clinton area, again, you can see this wall cloud. You can see the base. And again, we've had at least some intermittent kind of raggedy lowerings here. But again, Peyton is on that storm. And again, he continues to eyeball it and give us updates on it. I want to just quickly break from this storm in Clinton and go back to Trey. This is where we actually have the tornado warning again out there just west of the Roll area, approaching Highway 33. Let's leave that double box if we can. And let's go back to Trey. Let's go and get a quick update from him again on that Roll storm.
Yeah, William, I went south on one of the roads up here. I couldn't really see the sign because it was gone to tell you what road I'm on. But I'm almost driving right underneath that wall cloud. I don't see There's still a very large wall cloud. I'm trying to get in position. My stream might be down. I'm not 100% on it. I don't know if you got it or not.
No, it's still up, Trey.
Okay. I'm actually about to turn into an area where you're going to be able to look right into the storm.
Yeah, even on radar here, again, this couplet's becoming more pronounced here for sure. So Highway 33 here, and so here's the roll area right back over in here. And so again, tornado warning here. It comes all the way up to Highway 33, but again, there's no hometowns currently in it. But this area of spin continues to tighten up here. So we've really got to pay attention to this. I tell you, if you live over here in the roll area, Highway 283, you've got to be paying extra special attention to this storm. It's going to be in general tracking towards your location. We're about to get some video in here from Trey. I want to do this. I want to double box both of our storms that we're currently looking at. This is about to come into range right now. There's the mesocyclone right back in there. This is really impressive. Hey, if we can double box live one, Chris, I want to keep both of these storms up. We're talking about two separate storms, only one tornado warning, but two we want to continue to look at. If we can take live one. And yes.
Can you see my stream?
It's coming into within range right now. It is, absolutely. So again, this is Roger Mills County here, again, far western Oklahoma, and so we're going to continue to track all of this. And again, if we can, let's just go back to the double box here. That's fine, because we want to see Trey's stream coming in here. And so yeah, Trey, it's slowly coming in, so we're looking at it. But at least right now, from your vantage point, can you confirm if there's anything on the ground with this or not?
No, there is nothing on the ground with this right now. I am able to look right underneath the wall cloud.
Okay. So two different storms we're looking at here. And I know we've got a lot of folks joining us here in Oklahoma Weather Tracker TV, and sometimes with severe weather production, sometimes it's a little crazy. We've got a lot of things going on when you're dealing with multiple storms. This is Roger Mills County around the roll area. Tornado warning here. Mesocyclone about to come within view. Trey's got it here. We're about to look at it momentarily. And here it is. There, okay. There it is right there. And this is impressive. There's the feeder band. That's the warm inflow coming into the storm. This is essentially the wall cloud there. And so if there was to be any type of tornadic activity, it would be right back up in here. We've got eyes on it. Trey, you're in a great position if you can hold that position. Trey's just west of roll. He's on Highway 33 in Roger Mills County. We're also talking about this storm here. It's just west of Clinton. Severe thunderstorm warning here. This is a tight mesocyclone. In fact, you can see the banding and wrapping here. Two separate storms, Clinton area here. And so again, this is where we have Peyton Epperly. Peyton, you're also with us live on the phone. Go ahead and update us on this storm, again, separate from our tornado warned storm. But around the Clinton area, Peyton, give us an update.
Yeah, William, it is really kind of trying to get his act together. It is motion. There's motion everywhere on this thing. I don't know if you can tell from the shot, but it is really starting to spin. It's not very high off the ground either. I have a lot of rapid rising scud. The rotation of this is just incredible.
Yeah, I mean, this is dynamic video coming in, I mean, from both of these storms. And again, these are two separate storms, and so we just want to be clear about that. We want to hold this video, and we're going to continue to check on radar. I can tell you this storm near Roll in Roger Mills County, tornado warning here, even on radar, and I'm looking at it right now. The velocities, the signatures on this continue to come up. So Trey, we've really got to keep our eye on this. You're in a great position here, but there's a real deal opportunity here of tornadic activity soon on this roll storm. Highway 33, Roger Mills County, western Oklahoma. Velocities are increasing here quickly. This storm here near the Clinton area, it's looking a little more raggedy, but again, this is still fairly impressive here as well. Again, you can see just this broad area of spin. There's the wall cloud, there's the mesocyclone, and from time to time we're getting these little appendages. I don't necessarily think those are funnels, Peyton. Let me know if I'm wrong on that, but I think this is just kind of scud associated with the storm. But are these funnels, or is that just kind of scud we're seeing associated there?
No, William, you hit it right on the head. It is not a funnel. It is some scud. I mean, I know they look like scary-looking clouds, but definitely not a funnel yet. Nothing defined that yet. But I do have, like I said, I have the whole wall cloud right here in my shot. I mean, it is really starting to try to get its act together.
Yeah, we're just looking at the spin rate here, and the spin continues to increase on it. There's no doubt about it. There's one storm just to the south of it, Peyton, where the inflow notch is, right where you are. There's one storm to the south, and that may be playing with this storm just a little bit, and it might try to limit the tornado potential just slightly on that Clinton storm. You've got a storm just to the south, and there's just a little bit of precipitation debris coming in. But again, from Butler all the way back over through Arapahoe, Custer City, again, you folks in that area, again, heads up. there in Custer County. So again, heads up on the storm, west central Oklahoma. That is the storm on the right-hand side of the screen. Let's go back up. Do we still have Trey on the line? Let's go back up to the west and back out here to Roger Mills County. So this is dynamic here. We've got to watch this, I tell you. And so this is up here around Arapahoe, west central Oklahoma. Peyton, we're looking at your video. If you can, hold it steady, because I'm telling you, we may be seeing something happening right now. So again, right now we may just be seeing some scud, but this is rotating, and we've also got to watch what's happening here with Trey. In fact, we have two separate storms that are trying to produce funnels right now. You're seeing it live. One near Arapahoe, one near Roll. Both of these storms cycling, trying to produce funnels right now live. Okay, let's go back to Trey. This is the one that is tornado warned there, just west of Roll. Trey, what do you have? We're looking at yours. Let's keep it double boxed. Let's go back to Trey. And Trey, give us an update.
Yeah, I got an area just in the center of the screen. It's the main wall cloud right there, and it has a lot of scud rising up into it. I don't have a pronounced area of circulation other than right there. I have a lot of lightning. I don't have any funnels on the ground or anything, or tornadoes on the ground or anything yet. But okay. that is the wall cloud right there in the center of the screen. Okay, yeah, you're doing a great job, Trey. And again, we're seeing.
William, I've got a wall cloud.
And who is this, Mike? Was that
yes, William?
Yes, Mike. So we're talking about multiple storms with wall clouds. We have one tornado warning, so we're going to be switching through a lot of video here. And so I just want to be really clear about that. I don't want to confuse anybody. We're talking about multiple storms with wall clouds, funnel cloud activity. No confirmed tornadoes so far in Oklahoma. Again, the storm just west of Roll, that is the tornado warned storm. I want to go to Mike's video, and let's see what's going on. He's up in northern Oklahoma, and he's up around the Woodward area. Mike, tell us where you are now. Tell us exactly where you are now.
I'm going to be just south of Waynoka, William.
Okay.
This is going to be this storm should have been tornado warned already. I hate to say that.
Go ahead.
But this wall cloud has cycled now 3 or 4 times on us, and every time it has cycled, it has gotten larger and lower. We've seen lots of funnel-like appendages that have come down at least halfway to the ground right now. But again, this storm is very aggressive at this time. If I were in Waynoka, I would definitely be watching the storm as it comes into your area. But this is definitely a severe thunderstorm. I can tell you that, William.
Yeah.
I can tell you, I can see hail. I can see the hail core in it. But this wall cloud has been very aggressive here.
Yeah, it's got a well-defined hail core. Officially from the Weather Service, it isn't severe, but there's easily larger than quarter-size hail with that storm. They're going to reissue that severe thunderstorm warning for Custer County, rather, and so they're not going to issue a tornado warning on that one yet. We're monitoring multiple storms right now with wall clouds and funnel clouds. This one up here in Woods County, the one that Mike's on, again, you see his red GPS dot exactly where he is. This is a big-time hailstorm, and there is, Mike, there's rotation within this storm. This storm is rotating as well. So you folks really to the east of Waynoka, out Highway 281, all the way up through Arverd, back over through Tacoma, back up through Alva, stay alert to this storm. Stay alert to this storm. Right now, there's not even a warning on it, but again, there's an opportunity for some half-dollar size hail. And again, this storm is rotating. And you can see it right there from Mike's video. I want to stair-step around. Mike, if anything changes with that storm, let us know, and we're going to get right back to you. Again, if anything changes with this, and again, you can see, again, the base of this storm here. And so again, this is up in Waynoka. This is up in Woods County, northwestern Oklahoma here. And again, officially from the Weather Service in Norman, not even severe. We do have hail cores here, $half is possible. And again, we have 2 defined areas of spin also within that storm. And again, you can see it right there live with Mike doing a great job. Let's go back down to the south. I want to take another look. If we can, let's go and put that live 1 double box back up. Mike, if anything changes here, let us know. We want to get right back to you. And so we've got Trey shot. Let's take Trey shot full. And so again, this is near Roll in Roger Mills County. And so, Trey, tell us what we have going on here. So we're still looking at that. We can see the inflow coming into the storm. Again, there's the base. There's the wall cloud. Doesn't look like there's anything coming down right now, but give us an update on this storm.
Yeah, no, there's nothing on the ground yet. I'm going to have to reposition to keep up with the wall cloud real quick, or I'm about to be overtaken by the RFD here, which is a rear flank downdraft. And so I'm going to have to reposition real quick, so I may not be able to give as accurate of an update.
No, you're fine. Yeah, no,
I will try and get my camera. where you can see this.
Let's take the radar.
If I don't lose my computer.
Yeah, no, you're doing fine, Trey. And let me tell you this. So we're looking at this on radar here. And so again, this is going to be approaching Highway 33 back over towards the Crawford area. I have a feeling this tornado warning is going to be extended. The way it looks right now, I would say it most likely would be back over through the Crawford area, Highway 33, back towards Highway 283 as well. But again, you can see the dynamic video coming in from Trey there. And again, there has been some funnel cloud activity with this storm. And again, this is going to be approaching the Crawford area, eventually possibly even Roll, depending on how far to the east the storm tracks. But again, if you're right there along Highway 283 from Roll and then back to the west towards the Crawford area, this is an immediate heads up. This storm so far has been in a very rural area where there really has not been much going on. Let's take that live one.
All right, William, I'm starting to get the RFD coming in on me. I got the the wall cloud centered back up in the shot. It's really starting to wrap up into itself, so this may become really messy. It's trying to cycle again.
Okay, we're going to continue to watch it. What we've done, we've just double boxed 2 of these. And so, Trey, we've got yours, and Mike, we've got your stuff from Waynoka. If there's any change up around Waynoka, let us know. This is Roger Mills County. Again, this is the tornado warning storm. And again, this is around Arapahoe here. This is Custer County here. And so this storm looked fairly impressive. It had a fairly vigorous area of spin. There's another storm moving up kind of in the same area. It's kind of ingesting it, and it may be cutting off some of the spin with this storm, again, near Arapahoe. We need to update that from Clinton. But Peyton, you're right there. You're still looking at it. Again, very, very dynamic video coming in live here from our storm trackers. So Peyton, we're still looking at your video here. Give us an update on that Arapahoe storm.
Yes, William, I'm still sitting here on this thing. I think, like you said, the storm to the south really kind of hindered any tornado development it could have had right then. I mean, the rotation's still there, but I was looking on radar. Do you see anything more towards northwest of Chanute? Are you seeing anything interesting back in there?
Storm that you're on, it's basically ingesting that storm from the south, so I think it's going to cycle a little bit. But this storm is pretty strong right now, Peyton, so we're going to just stick with it. A new severe thunderstorm warning has come out on that. The Weather Service did go and extend that warning all the way back over through Arapahoe and Custer City. So again, the folks there, heads up on that. It is severe. And then again, we're watching this video coming in from Trey there on the left-hand side of your screen, and that is still around the Roll area, just west of Roll, there in Roger Mills County. And Trey, we're still, again, just kind of give us a play-by-play on this storm. It's looking, honestly, it's looking a little more raggedy. Trey, what's your impression of it from the field? It's looking just a little more raggedy than it was earlier, maybe 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, I believe this is trying to cycle again real quick. I'm trying to get back up to Highway 33 so I can get back east and try and stay ahead of it. But the wall cloud is really starting to wrap up in rain right now. I did drive through a little bit of hail, but nothing major on the hail. Maybe a dime-size hail is what I saw, maybe nickel. But right now it's really starting to get wrapped up in rain, like this is trying to cycle.
Okay, so we're going to continue to track that one. And again, tornado warning continues there. And we'll see what the Weather Service does with that tornado warning. I want to go, let's go back up to, hey, Mike, just real quickly on the live line here. I want to kind of stick with the video here. Mike, what do you have up there around the Waynoka area? Give us an update. You have the wall cloud up in Waynoka, different from the other storms we're looking at here in northwestern Oklahoma. Give us an update on that Waynoka storm as well.
Yes, William, we're just passing by the Little Sahara State Park right now. We're definitely in heavy rain, and I know on the meso scan here in the truck, this shows that the storm has gone severe now, severe warn. But William, I can tell you we're very embedded in a lot of heavy rain at the moment. I'm still watching, still looking, but it's getting a little bit harder. But I can still see rotation just off to my east here on Highway 281 as we're heading up towards Waynoka right now.
Okay, Mike, really appreciate that update. So we're going to get right back to Mike. And what I want to do a little bit of a radar tour here because, again, we've been looking at a lot of video. And so I want to keep all this in context and look at the radar as well. Let's go and zoom this out all the way if we can. And again, we've got multiple trackers in the field. And we've also got Eric Hobbs out there on I-40 with the storm coming in from the Texas Panhandle. We need to check on that too. So here's what's going on. Okay, so the Oklahoma City Metro, down here on the bottom right-hand side of your screen, it's all quiet in the Oklahoma City Metro. In fact, for most of Oklahoma, it's quiet. Different story in western Oklahoma. Tornado watch, counties in green here, all of western Oklahoma, northwestern Oklahoma until 11 p.m. Blue line here, that's a cold front. That cold front has really been the trigger of scattered showers and thunderstorms, severe weather developing now as we're heading into the evening. So Mike is up here in the north. That storm has gone, it looks like that storm has gone severe. The one up there around Winoka we were talking about with the hail. So Mike is up there on that one. It's close to the boundary. It's had a wall cloud. We're going to take another look at that video coming up momentarily. This storm down here around the Arapahoe area in Custer County, it had a very well pronounced wall cloud. This was maybe 10 minutes ago. Peyton Epperly, one of our storm trackers, is on that. He was bringing us dynamic video of that. That storm has now ingested a storm from the south, and it's kind of going through a recycling process. We'll see what that holds, if that storm weakens or if it is able to cycle back up. In western Oklahoma, out here in Roger Mills County, that's where Trey Smith is, one of our other storm trackers. This storm has been tornado warned as it came out of the Texas Panhandle. The tornado warning was moved into Oklahoma in Roger Mills County, out on Highway 33, just west of the Roll area. Tornado warning still continues there. We'll see if the Weather Service does extend that warning or not. This is the video we're looking at there. Again, the tornado warned storm. Right now, we haven't had any indications a tornado actually touched the ground. Trey did report some funnel cloud activity, and even as we were watching live, there was a lot of scud, a lot of motion, maybe a little more funnel cloud activity, maybe just about 10 minutes ago. So I want to do this. Let's go and zoom back in now on our tornado warned storm here in Roll. We'll look at more video from other storm trackers coming up momentarily. But Trey, as we're looking at your video here, give us another update on that tornado warned storm.
Yeah, it's really still trying to wrap that wall cloud in rain. Like this is trying to cycle again. I'm still trying to get east of it on 33. It's almost actually out of the tornado warning polygon, and I really am not seeing it as impressive on radar as it was.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to allow that.
Just a few minutes ago.
Yeah, they're going to allow that tornado warning, at least for right now, to expire. So there's a brand new severe thunderstorm warning coming out here, and so again, that brand new warning, that's going to be in effect there until 8:15. And so it's just going to say a tornado is possible. So the Weather Service in Norman, officially, they're just going to kind of monitor that storm there. But again, right now, they're going to allow that tornado warning to expire. So at least good news. And again, from what you're reporting from the field there as well, Trey, it sounds like maybe the overall intensity is coming down just a notch. Let's go take a look at velocities with that if we can. Let's kind of zoom that in a little bit. We'll kind of dissect this. Then we'll get to other video coming in momentarily. And it looks like even on the velocities, this is kind of easing down just some, Trey. This isn't as pronounced. Maybe 5 minutes ago, it really did try and ramp up fairly significantly, but it is easing down some now. Again, there's Highway 33, there's Highway 283, and again, that new warning extends all the way up into portions of Ellis County. So again, this storm here, no longer tornado warned, the tornado warning expiring. We will continue to track it. This has been a supercell that has at least really tried, it's tried really hard to produce tornadic activity. So we'll continue to track that. Let's go back to reflectivity, and let's go back to west central Oklahoma. And again, that's where Peyton Epperly is. And let's go and take a look at this cell over here. And so this has just become a little messier. Let's go and get Peyton's video punched up if we still have him on the live line. Peyton, are you still on the live line with us? We may have lost Peyton momentarily.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm on the live line. Man, I'm dropping back just to the north of Chanute. It's kind of coming this way. There is what looks like some definite rotation on radar scope. Man, there's a flooding everywhere on these back roads. There's standing water over the roads in almost every county road I've gone down so far.
Okay, so a lot of localized flooding. That's going to be one of the other concerns as we go through the evening. It is that localized flooding. So this storm here, what's really happened with this storm, it's ingested this other storm. These were two separate cells here, and so these have kind of merged and they've kind of ingested each other. Let's zoom in on this to the southern fringes of this, though, and let's go and take a look at what's going on down here. Peyton, let's zoom in here if we can, and let's go and take a look at the spin rate here. If we can, let's go and take a look at the spin rate. Okay, so not necessarily picking up on anything, but as this storm continues to cycle back down, Peyton, by any chance, we do see a new wall cloud developing here. So are we looking down to the southwest there from your video? Because as those storms merged, what I think happened is the southern fringes of that is now trying to come back up, back towards the Carpenter area. Are we looking out towards Carpenter from your video?
Yes, that's exactly what I was talking about. Just to the southwest of the first rotation, after those storms kind of collided, I like to think the rotation went back.
They've merged, and I know we're losing your audio just a little bit there, Peyton, but that's no problem. So Peyton's here. He's looking back down to the southwest here. We got a new wall cloud coming up on this one. This one came fairly close to producing tornadic activity, close to the Clinton area. This was maybe 20 minutes ago or so. So the rotation is regenerating now back down to the southwest. Peyton, you've got to keep your eyes on this one. This one could come up fast. Earlier in the day,
Definite wall cloud. Definite wall cloud, William.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. I mean, we're seeing it from your video here. So no two ways about it. We've got the wall cloud there. We've got the hook, and we've got the inflow notch coming in there on the backside as well. This is officially not even within the warning. The warning's back up in here for the old area spin, but this is coming up here, again, fairly quickly as well. And again, you can see there. Let's hit the hail core tracker. And again, there it is as well. So again, you can kind of see the mesocyclone there essentially sticking out even with the hail core. So again, that's a lot of times how you can gauge if a mesocyclone is intensifying or not, is by the hail. And again, the reason for that is mesocyclones, they'll suspend the hail and it'll get bigger and bigger as it spins around until finally it's too big and it drops down. But this is always a good indication. And you can see a lot of the standing water that's also being blown up there by Peyton's truck. So again, as he's talking about a lot of localized flooding on some of the rural roads, that's what he's talking about right there. So that's one of the other concerns as we go through the evening. Lots of locally heavy rain as well. But let's go back to reflectivity here. So again, this is one we got to watch, and you can even see the banding on this one here as well. So we've got to keep our eyes on this one. I think this is regenerating back down to the southwest, and again, Peyton has that new wall cloud we want to continue to watch. Let's go up to the north, up to the northwest, up to Waynoka and Woods County, and that's where we have Mike Russ. And let's go and take a look at Mike's video. Mike, tell us again where you are now. And that storm up there, again, I believe it's now gone severe. We're going to check that as we kind of punch up radar here as well. But that storm looks like it's now gone severe up there. Looked like it had some larger than quarter-size hail. You had a wall cloud, and again, this was about maybe 10 minutes ago or so. Give us an update on this storm.
Yes, William. We're going to be just northeast of Waynoka at the moment. We're watching it right now. We're going to kind of let it come past us here because we're really socked in heavy rain right now. And just like, I'm not sure which tracker was saying it, but I can tell you, just like they were saying, William, the heavy rainfall rate. These things are dumping a lot of water very quickly. But I'm really watching. It looks like there's a hook trying to develop on the back end of this storm as it moves northeast. So that's why we're kind of wanting to sit and watch and kind of let the storm go past a little bit so we can get into that rotation there, William.
Yeah, no, absolutely, Mike. We're watching that from here, too. So, again, that's a new warning up there until 8:15. And again, the Weather Service officially warning that. I'm just going to click on this here for ping pong ball size hail. So large hail, just like we were talking about there. And again, this does have an area of spin associated with it as well. And it's right up there by the boundary. And so it's a broad area of spin, but Mike, exactly what you're saying. It's right there in that general area. So it's a broad area of spin, nothing as concerning right now. I know you're involved in a lot of heavy rain. Are you able to see, is the wall cloud still there?
At this time, William, I cannot.
Yeah.
Just due to how heavy the rain is on us and ahead of us here.
Yeah, it's just one of those deals once you get involved in that heavy rain. Eric, I want to go to you down here. You've been holding out in Eric, but we've got this storm down here. It's coming up fast in your area, and it's moving out of Texas. And we may have lost Eric's. There we go. We've got Eric's video. Let's move the radar. Let's double box that. So Eric, if you're still on the live line down here on I-40. And I know it sounds like we're jumping around a lot, folks, but we've got multiple storms. We've got to track different parts of Oklahoma, so just bear with us. We're trying to be as clear as possible about the areas we're talking about. So down here on I-40, new severe thunderstorm warning here. Let's zoom in on this just a little bit. By the way, we also have a supercell approaching from the west that has produced tornadic activity out in the Texas Panhandle, quite severe storm we've got to keep our eyes on. So this storm here, severe, right along I-40. Eric, if you can, still hang out there on I-40. I know we're talking about a couple storms here, but we've also got that larger storm coming out of the Texas Panhandle here in about 30 minutes. We've really got to keep our eyes on. But Eric, you're in Eric. You've been looking at this storm. It's just gone warned here as well. Give us an update on this one out there in Beckham County.
Yeah, William, we're here at basically the same spot we've been sitting at. We watching a couple of things, actually. We are keeping an eye on that storm coming out of Texas. They actually just extended that tornado warning further to the east. I was watching it. It seemed like it was going to maybe fade out a little bit, but it looks like it's really recycled and come back with a really tight spin on it. Here we got a severe thunderstorm warning, lots of lightning, lots of rain. I haven't seen any hail yet, but the storm behind it is very peculiar looking and looks like it might be trying to have a little bit of a spin. As a matter of fact, it's now gone severe.
It has, Eric, and that's what we were just talking about that here as well. It has gone severe in the Texas Panhandle. So, Eric, you've got three things you've got to watch here for me. And so we've got these guys spread out all around the state. But, Eric, I need you to watch three different things here for me. So I-40 here, Oklahoma-Texas border here, severe storm in Oklahoma, an opportunity for some half-dollar size hail coming up into Eric on I-40 right now. Supercell developing here in Texas, not in Oklahoma. Oklahoma-Texas line here, supercell here, hook, tornado potential developing with this cell here. Right now it's lifting to the north. It's going to begin to turn a little bit more northeasterly. It's going to begin to also track towards Eric. So Eric, the secondary cell, keep your eye on that one as well. And then we've got a cell out here in the Texas Panhandle. This has produced at least 3 tornadoes, maybe more by now. And it continues to accelerate now, moving almost 50 miles per hour. It'll be crossing I-40 Shamrock. And then if it holds together, we'll be approaching western Oklahoma. So, Eric, I need you to keep your eye on all that right there on I-40. So there's a lot going on there in western Oklahoma. This can change. It can weaken. We know that minute by minute. All that can just fizzle and go away. But right now, things are looking a little concerning here. We've got to watch that. Who was that, Mike?
No, this is Trey. I was saying this one looks like it's weakening even more. Do you want me to jump down and help Eric?
Let's see. Let's go up to that storm. And so this was the other storm that was warned down in Texas. Let's go and take another look at this one. And it may be that, Trey, let's go and cycle this. And again, folks, forgive us. We're just kind of dealing with all this on the fly. I think, Trey, at this point, let's watch a couple more sweeps come in on that, only for the fact we don't want it to try and cycle back up as soon as you leave there. But it does appear as though it's weakening. So let's still watch it for maybe just a couple more minutes, and then we'll kind of make that determination. But for right now, kind of hold steady. Let's go to Trey's video. Let's just get an update on this. And this was a storm that came out of the Texas Panhandle. It was tornado warned as it came into Oklahoma in Beckham County. And so it's no longer tornado warned. It appears to be weakening right now. It is still severe warned. Again, Beckham County, western Oklahoma, Roger Mills County here, rather, western Oklahoma. And again, the storm continues to, again, what appears to be weakening. But Trey, again, from your vantage point out there in the field, you're out there on Highway 283, you're looking at this storm, again, just visually inspecting it. Is it, in your opinion at least, that again, the storm continues to weaken?
Yeah, it's not looking as impressive as it was. There's no really defined area of upward rising motion into it as it had earlier. And it's not even like I'm not even close enough anymore to it to see the hail core, if it even has one. It doesn't even look like it has one according to the radar. But I can't see an area of upward motion where it would tell me that the storm is ingesting warm, moist air.
So let's watch it. Okay, we're going to watch that one for just a couple more minutes, Trey. If not, I'm going to send you on down to the south there with Eric, again, kind of working what's coming in there on I-40. So we're going to watch that for a couple more minutes. Severe thunderstorm warning continues there. Let's go to Mike up in northwestern Oklahoma, up around Waynoka. And so, again, we have a severe storm up here as well. And again, we've had some intermittent rotation here, hail up to the size of ping pong balls possible. And again, severe thunderstorm warning here, basically from Waynoka all the way up through Arvord, all the way up through Alva. Even you folks there in Alva, heads up. Mike, I tell you what, on the back side of this one, I don't know if you're seeing that there on radar. This is turning into more of a pancake supercell here. And let's go and look at velocities on the back side of it. And Mike, tell us exactly where you are now.
Oh, yes, William, we're going to be on Highway 281. We're actually right on the back side of this hook. We're kind of letting it pass just to the north of us here so we can get back, or 281 heads east. Sorry, William, let me gain my thoughts here. 281 actually heads east for a minute, and then it'll turn back to the north. Well, what we're trying to do is we're trying to let this, the hook, the wall, or the area where rotation would be, pass just north of 281 so that we can track it from the south here off of 281 when 281 curves back north. I can tell you we are still seeing a wall cloud out here. It's pretty far off in the distance at this time. Looks to be like about 6 miles to our southwest at this time here off of 281. But again, we're still watching the storm. It does look like it's actually intensifying, William. We're getting a lot more positive lightning strikes, which signifies, the intensification here, William. But again, we're watching this very, very carefully. In fact, you'll see right on the stream a lightning strike here, another one. This thing is just starting to go crazy with lightning. So we're really watching this one as it heads up Highway 281 here towards the Alva area, William.
Hey, Mike, really appreciate that update. Let's go back to reflectivity here just real quick. And so this is one we got to keep our eyes on. Again, this is obviously developing supercell. You see the hook right there. And so again, there's the Alva area. There's Arviner over in there. And so again, we're talking about portions of Alfalfa County here. This is continuing to lift to the north. But again, it's right up there along that boundary, Mike, and so we've really got to keep our eyes on it. Ping pong ball size hail is quite possible, especially here where the area of spin is, right there around that area of the hook. That's where the mesocyclone is, hail largest through there, and it's going to be right there along Highway 281. It really, Mike, I'm telling you, that hook on the back end really continues to try and spin up. We've got to keep our eyes on this one. This one may try and go tornado warrant, so we've got to keep our eyes on that. Again, it's a big heads up, again, for the folks up there.
Hey, William.
Tacoma.
William?
Yeah, who do we have?
Can you look
there?
at my feed, please?
Is that Eric?
Yeah, it's Eric.
Okay, let's punch up Eric's. But let me go and say this real quick here. Hopeton, Tacoma, all the way up through Alva, heads up on this storm. This is a developing mesocyclone here. And again, tornadoes are in the forecast this evening, so we've really got to pay really extra special attention. The area of spin, at least right now, it's at the mid-levels. It's trying to work its way down, though. It's right there at the junction of Highway 281, and that's going to be just south of Hopeton. So, again, you folks up there in Alfalfa County, you've got to pay extra special attention to this, and Woods County pay extra special attention to this, again, up here in northwestern Oklahoma. Mike Rush, you're right there on it. Eric, let's go to you. Again, you're in, Eric. Tell us what you have going on your storm.
Yeah, William, I've changed my position a little bit and looking to the southwest here. You can see a definite lowering. It was a lot more defined just a minute ago,
Yep.
And it does have a inflow feed band coming into it from the right. If you're going right to left across the screen.
Yeah, let's take a look here. Yeah, we're starting to see that here on radar now too, Eric. We're just kind of working through the radar here, but again, we can actually see the inflow just south of the Eric area, the inflow notch. That you're talking about. So we're just kind of looking at your shot, kind of juggling it here. There's the inflow coming in there. Big hail core crossing I-40 right now. And again, hail sizes here could be larger than ping pong ball size. So now, are you only saying a wall cloud, or are you saying you actually have funnel cloud activity here as well, Eric? We're trying to look through the rain and a little bit of haze here. But so what exactly are you seeing with this one? Again, are you looking pretty much due south now?
I can see the lowering and a lot of movement underneath it. I do not see a distinct funnel at this time, but it is also becoming very rain-wrapped right now. It is really starting to disappear out of my view. I may head a little more west and see if I can get a better picture of it.
Okay, Eric. You may have to go just a little bit further to the west. So we're watching that one there. Again, that's going to be out there in Beckham County. It's going to be right along I-40 from Eric all the way through Sayre. Right now, severe thunderstorm warning. But again, there's some definite spin within this storm as well. It's mid-level. It's trying to work its way down. And again, Eric, you've got the lowering there, so we really want to hang with that. If anything changes on that, please let us know. Again, that's for Beckham County. Let's check back in here with Peyton. Let's see what he's got on his storm. And Trey Smith, if you're on the live line, if you want to, go and start heading south back down here with Eric. And we'll go and tag team those storms there, because we've got more coming in from the Texas Panhandle. I think that other storm there in Roger Mills County now moving into Ellis County, I think it's essentially weakening fairly quickly. Peyton, you had a storm here. It really ramped up. This was maybe 30 minutes ago. This was in Custer County. So we can still see the area spin. In fact, we can actually still see the wall cloud here, very evident. You can actually see the inflow. There's the inflow tail over in here coming into the storm, and you can also see the striations here as well as this video.
We got a funnel coming down.
Okay, let's go to Mike. He's got a funnel. This is in northern Oklahoma, and I know we're all over the place. So this is up by Waynoka. Let's see, Mike. Your video's about 30 seconds delayed. Tell us exactly what's going on. So again, this is up here in Woods County.
Right here in this room. We just had a funnel that came down. We could not see if it made contact with the ground, William.
Mm-hmm.
It was right off to our due south, so our camera could not pick it up. But we're aimed at it now again. We really got to watch this. So in
Let's
case you've
double
got to
box.
bail. But William, this storm is very aggressive. Lots of rising
Let's zoom
motion. This is a very aggressive storm heading up towards the Alba area. If you're on Highway 281,
zoom in
I
if
would
we
say
can.
go ahead and just pause where you're at. If you're not in the, not in the storm, and just kind of pause where you're at and be ready for
Let's
to
go back
just kind
to
of watch this
reflectivity.
for a minute. William, you're going to be able to see
Yeah.
here in just a minute here
Yeah,
some of that
okay.
rising motion we're
Jeez.
talking about.
Yeah.
I'll zoom in the camera here.
Yeah, and
on
this
part of it.
This is a classic hook, Mike.
But this is
Yeah, you're in great position, Mike. I tell you, you're in perfect position there. This is a classic hook, and yeah, so we're just seeing some scud there. You're zooming in. We're seeing the scud. So this is in northwestern Oklahoma, and so this is a quick little stinger hook coming around. You're in perfect position here, and so spin rate coming up right now just east of Highway 281. And so, Mike, we kind of see at least the formation here with the wall cloud. And again, we're seeing the bell shape right through here. There's the bell shape. And so again, right here, we're kind of seeing some of these raggedy things hanging down. So that's the scud associated with this. But Mike, keep giving us the play-by-play. We're still looking at your video. This is Woods County and Alfalfa County. And again, we're dealing with multiple storms. I know we're skipping all around the state, dealing with multiple storms here, live video on everything happening in Oklahoma right now. Mike, go ahead.
Yes, William. Again, we're still watching the storm. It's not as defined as it was just a minute ago where we were looking. But, William, I can tell you we are actually right here underneath the west side of the wall cloud. The rotation's actually right above us. We're watching everything. We're in a safe area. I want to, let our viewers know we are in a safe area. But we are right underneath this thing. We're watching it. We're as close as you can get here. But again, it's a little bit more raggedy than it was just a minute ago when we saw that funnel. But we're really watching this storm, William. This is still a lot of rising motion into this storm. It's very, very aggressive here, and a lot of rising motion into it. And in fact, as we're seeing some of the lower scud coming off of the ground, some of that condensation scud, it's actually spinning as it runs into the wall cloud here. So this is, again, a very aggressive storm, definitely a storm we need to keep our eye on, William.
Absolutely, Mike. And so we've double boxed things. We've also got Eric here. And so, Peyton, we're going to check your shot coming up again momentarily, again, down there around the Arapahoe area. Trey's dropping to the south. So, again, northwestern Oklahoma, Woods and Alfalfa County here, Winoka. Severe thunderstorm warning, but again, this is a classic supercell. We've got a hook. We've got mid-level rotation that from time to time is trying to work its way down. We have scud. We have a wall cloud here. We have an inflow notch back over in here. Eric, we're also looking at your shot, and you're in Eric, Oklahoma. Eric is in Eric, Oklahoma on I-40. And again, you've had a wall cloud. We've had fairly fast changing weather conditions out there as well. Eric, I want to get an update. And Mike, if you guys can, try and maintain your shot as long as possible. I know you may have to reposition a little bit, but Eric, give us an update on what's going on out there in Beckham County around Eric.
Yeah, William, we've repositioned and we're looking actually due south right now. If you look at my video, you can see the lowering, and if you can follow that corner around, you can actually see the bell shape going up into the storm here. It's a very broad wall cloud right now. Do not see a lot of activity happening underneath it, and the rotation is it seems to be very slow. Also, we are taking on that green hue, which could mean hail, maybe some hail of some significant size. So back to you, William.
That, Eric. And again, we've got a tornado warning coming out down there as well now. That's going to be until 8:30. Brand new tornado warning. This is going to be for Beckham and Harmon County, Eric. So that's going to be your storm there. Brand new tornado warning. And so we're monitoring several storms here, okay? And so, Eric, you've got a visual on this storm. You are looking exactly at this storm. You're in exactly where you need to be. So we're going to stick with this. Peyton, if anything changes with your storm there in Custer County, let us know. Mike, we've got your video double boxed. If anything changes with your storm, let us know as well, okay? Here's what I want to do. Let's go and take a look at the spin rate here. And so we're going to go, the area spin with this, it's just now going to be coming into Oklahoma is what it's going to be. And so this was really two storms that moved out of portions of Texas, now into portions of far western Oklahoma. So this is our second tornado warning of the day, and this is going to be for far northern Harmon County, but primarily Beckham County. It comes all the way to I-40. Yes, Mike, go ahead.
This is Eric. My storm down here just went tornado warned.
Yeah, we know, right. That's what we're talking about, Eric. We've got that, absolutely. Yes, it is tornado warned. Yeah, just to your south. basically from Eric, the town of Eric, where Eric is, all the way out to Texola, and again, all the way down to essentially the southern portions of Beckham County. It does include far northern Harmon County, but again, the primary concern there, it's right there in far western and southwestern portions of Beckham County, again, just south of I-40. Again, we've got video of it, Eric, so again, if anything changes
Hey,
there,
William, can you take
again,
my
just
shot?
let us know. Let's see, Peyton, do
Got a
you...
funnel coming down.
Oh, okay, let's go to Peyton. And so again, he's in Custer County here in west central Oklahoma. Peyton, tell us again exactly what you got going on with this storm. So again, I know we're all over the place. We hate to do it like this. Peyton, hold on just one second. I just want to clarify this. I know we're all over the place here, and we hate to do it like that, but we just have to jump around as conditions warrant this evening. We're going from northern Oklahoma to western Oklahoma to now west central Oklahoma. Now, this is a storm that's had some fairly vigorous spin as well. It's out here around the Arapahoe area. Let's double box this one if we can with some radar. But Peyton, go ahead and give us an update on this storm now here as well.
Hey, William, yes, sorry about that. I'm off a little bit. Can you get my stream?
Yes, we've got your stream up.
You see my stream?
Yes.
The wall cloud is very apparent right there. It is really starting to get some motion. I'm trying to get a better angle at it. The road network here just isn't very good. But the wall cloud is very apparent, man. There's spin. Everything is spinning. All the clouds. You can see the rain curtains being spun around. The mesocyclone right there just to my northeast.
Okay, and that's going to be really coming up towards the Butler area, and that's going to be tracking again. Right now, this is a severe storm, again, tracking right up there towards Highway 33. So again, you folks out there in Custer County, this is 2 times now that this storm essentially tried to wrap up on us. So we're watching. This has never been tornado warned, but we're going to continue to watch that. We've got live video coming in there from Peyton. We're going to continue to check in with him. We're going to just keep everything double, triple boxed, whatever we have to do to keep eyes on all of these storms. I want to go back out to Eric Hobbs, though. This is our new tornado warning. And again, this is out here in Beckham County, primarily Beckham County, far northern Harmon County included in that as well. Eric, you've got your eyes on it. We've got Trey dropping down now as well because we have another storm coming out of the Texas Panhandle, tornado warned. We got to keep our eyes on too. But Eric, again, we're looking at your video coming in. You've had the wall cloud now for the last few minutes. Go ahead and give us an update and what's going on.
Yeah, William, the motion has intensified. We were actually watching scud being pulled back up into the wall cloud, and you could see the right to left motion as we were looking at it. The rain is starting to catch back up with me again, so I'm going to head back to the east and see if I can get in front of this thing.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm just kind of looking at your positioning there as well. Yeah, or if you're still on I-40, Eric, just if you can, try and get back a little bit further to the east, and you should be able to get a clear shot down into it. Mike, we're also kind of monitoring your video there a little bit as well. We'll check back in with Mike. I think we may have just recently lost it, and in fact, we may have even lost Mike off the live line. They're just up there fairly rural. We're going to check back in with them coming up momentarily. Let's double box Eric if we can with radar, and let's do a radar tour here. Only for the fact we just have a lot going on. I just want to keep kind of checking back in with everybody. Let's widen the radar out. And let's do this. If we can, let's just take the 3 box and let's just kind of widen all this out. And so here's what we have going on. So let's widen this out just to be real clear about everything we have going on. So right now we have 1 tornado warning currently in effect in Oklahoma. It's down here in Beckham County. There's a possible tornado. Right now we don't have a confirmed tornado on the ground. We have Eric Hobbs down there. He does not have a tornado on the ground. But again, the threat of tornado activity is there. And so again, if you live down there in far southern, southwestern Beckham County, south of I-40, south of Texola, south of Eric, again, immediate tornado precautions right now. We're going to check back in with that video. From there, we have a severe storm out here in Custer County. 2 times we've had at least some intermittent funnel cloud activity. We've got Peyton Epperly there on that storm. We'll take a look at his video, again, coming up here momentarily. And then we've also got a classic supercell up in northwestern Oklahoma with a hook, and also some intermittent funnel cloud activity that Mike Russ has also had in northern Oklahoma. We've got storm trackers on all of this. We also have a mean storm coming out of the Texas Panhandle, probably in about the next hour, that is also tornado warned. So let's go and zoom back in here into portions of southwestern Oklahoma. And again, this is right now currently our only tornado warning. I want to go back over to the video here, and I think we've got Mike on the live line. We'll check back in with him momentarily. But this is where Eric Hobbs is. And again, Eric continues to monitor this storm here. And so again, Beckham County, I-40. And again, here is the town of Eric. There's Texola. And then once you really get south of there, it's fairly rural portions there of Beckham County. There's not necessarily any hometowns. But even though there's not necessarily a hometown, of course, there's still farms, ranches, things like that. So again, if you live in that area, have friends, family, or loved ones who live there, again, they need to be taking their immediate tornado precautions. You may call, text them. Again, make sure they have that information. Again, these are supercells moving in here. And again, besides the tornado threat, there is an opportunity of tennis ball size hail with this activity as well. Eric, you're still looking at this storm. I know your video is just a little bit in and out, but you've been eyeballing it now as it's been moving into portions of western Oklahoma. Go ahead and give us another update on this cell.
Yeah, William, I'm getting ready to turn south on Highway 30, pass through the town of Eric, and see if we can get out in front of this thing, get a better look at the wall cloud. We're going to try to get south of it and see if that gives us a better shot.
We're gonna double box this. We'll just kind of take a look at everything that's going on. So the two at least most concerning storms we currently have in Oklahoma, again, one out there in Beckham County, and then again one also out across portions of Custer County. Peyton, I think we just lost your video. We were going to look at it. We're going to check back in with Peyton Epperly coming up momentarily. Do we have Mike on the live line up there around Waynoka? Okay, we'll check back in with him coming up momentarily as well. So you can see we have a lot going on, multiple storms around the state, only one tornado warning. That's the good news. Right now, only one tornado warning, and we're going to continue to track this again minute by minute with Eric again there in Beckham County. But again, the very latest, let's hit the velocities on that if we can. And again, right now, at least the indications are here. The velocities are coming down just a notch with this. Eric, it appears as though there's at least a slight weakening trend with this storm. Let's go back to reflectivity. There appears to be at least a slight weakening trend with this storm. Now, that does not take away from the tornado warning, but again, at least right now at this juncture, at this second in time, compared to where the storm was maybe 5 minutes ago, there's a bit of a weakening trend here. But again, we just want to underscore one more time, from I-40 to the south in Beckham County, Texola, Eric, you folks not necessarily included in the warning, but again, the fairly rural parts of Beckham County just to the south here, you folks are included in the warning. We've got eyes on the storm. We've had eyes on every storm of the night so far. Peyton Epperly, Mike Russ, Trey Smith, now Eric Hobbs here, team of trackers doing a phenomenal job. Eric, tell us where you are. It looks like you're driving through a hometown right now. Tell us exactly where you are, and again, go and give us another update on this storm. Again, you're our eyes on the field here.
Yeah, William, just going through the south side of Eric, Oklahoma. As I look to my right, I can still see the lowering, but it's not as tight as it once was. But it's also very hard to see because there are a lot of trees and a lot of buildings where I'm at right now.
Okay. Appreciate that update there, Eric. So we're going to continue to kind of check in there. Let's move the radar. Let's hold that video, but I want to move the radar out into Custer County. And that's where Peyton Epperly is. Peyton, and I think you're still on the live line, Peyton. We're not getting your video right now. We'll check back in on that momentarily. So we're keeping Eric's Hobbs video up. We're just kind of switching storms. Peyton, what do you have on the cell out here in Custer County? Looks like it's also going through a bit of a weakening trend. Again, there was at least a brief area of spin that was trying to develop with it. Again, it's kind of continued to recycle over and over, just kind of hanging out there in Custer County. It hasn't really moved a whole lot. But Peyton, give us an update on that cell.
No, I completely agree with you, William. I'm having a little trouble. There's just a storm off its tail end. And like we said earlier, that could be what's hindering it. But definitely not as defined as earlier. Earlier, it was really, really defined. I don't know if you got my shot or not. The service out here is really, really spotty. But definite wall cloud earlier. It was trying, and then it kind of fell apart. So right now we're still following it. I'm still on it. If anything happens, I'll get back with you.
Okay, great. Hey, Peyton, great job out there. We'll get your video back up here momentarily. Again, we just have to deal with those things, especially when you're in rural parts of the state. We kind of kept Eric Hobbs' video up. We've got Mike up there around the Waynoka area. We'll be checking back in with him. I'm going to move the radar up here just to the Waynoka storm again. This storm also up here around the ceiling area now also severe as well. And so we'll continue to track that. And then it looks like apparently this Waynoka storm has really, and you can see where Mike's live GPS dot is there, it is no longer severe. That storm up there around Waynoka is now beginning to weaken. So that's good news, because at one point in time, that storm had really ramped up. Again, you see the red dot there that says Mike. Again, that's where Mike's live GPS is. I want to go back down here to the south. So we've got some good news for a lot of folks. So we've got also a new flash flood warning up here for Harper and Woods County, and that's until 11 p.m. this evening. So let's go back down here to the south. And again, that's where Eric is. I want to look out here in the Texas Panhandle real quick as well. We've still got to watch the storm out here around McLean. This is the same storm that's already produced 3 tornadoes in the Texas Panhandle. So we want to continue to watch that storm as it comes on in. But again, Eric's got eyes on all that. Trey also dropping down from the south now as well. And so again, officially, tornado warning continues out here from southern Beckham County. Eric, you're still on the live line. Let's go and take a look at your video here. Give us an update. Tell us what you have out there.
Yeah, William, this is the lowering here. It's not as defined. It's very broad right now. However, it looks like there is for a moment, was a small funnel right in the middle of it. So we're keeping an eye on it. We're trying to stay ahead of it and keep us out of the rain so we can get you good pictures.
Yeah, no, and we're going to just kind of stick with your video here, Eric. I mean, that's really what we have to do, in situations like this. If we can, let's go and take Eric's video here full. I just want to kind of get an overview of exactly what we're looking at here, Eric. So we're just kind of, I know you're involved in some rain, a little bit of haze there, and from time to time it's kind of hard to see in situations like that. But again, you're there in the town of Eric. Again, you're shooting down to the south, if that's correct. And so, again, his video is kind of intermittent here, only for the fact that, again, he's in a fairly rural area. But outside of that, Eric, again, as you're having to kind of look through the rain, through the haze, but through your expert eyes down there, again, are you seeing any types of lowerings? Are you seeing a wall cloud? Are you seeing any kind of definition to the storm at all? I think you said earlier you maybe saw a quick, brief lowering, but as far as the rest of the structure of the storm goes, are you able to make out any of that at all, again, through the rain and through the haze?
Yeah, William, I can still see the lowering, but as I said, it's very broad right now. You can see motion and activity underneath it, but nothing that's really organized at this time.
Okay. All right. Appreciate that update, Eric. So again, really doing a phenomenal job. Eric in the town of Eric. And again, like I mentioned, Trey also dropping back down from the south. And I think we just kind of briefly lost his video. So let's do this. Let's go back to, actually back to the double box here. And let's take another look at just a couple other storms around the state. Again, right now, this is the only tornado warning we have. And so we're just going to kind of zoom out here. And we're just going to kind of work the radar around here. Peyton, that storm is still severe there in Custer County. And that may be a new severe new severe thunderstorm warning there. Mm-hmm. Let's go to velocities here, and even the spin rate. And there's still an area of spin.
Hey, William,
Peyton, and I think we've just getting your video back up. There's still an area of spin.
take a shot.
Yeah, here we go. Let's take a look at this. All right, so Peyton's video's coming in. There's still an area of spin there, just north of Butler. But Peyton, we're having a little trouble with your audio. Okay, so here we go. And so again, this is going to be up here just south and just near Butler. And if you look down in here, Peyton, do we still have your audio? This is the third time this storm's trying to ramp up. Go ahead, Peyton. Give us an update on this.
Yes, it crossed the lake. I believe it's Lake Foss. It crossed the lake, and now it is to the northeast. And man, wall cloud's still there. Lowering's still there. It's apparent. A lot of cloud-to-ground lightning. A whole lot of cloud-to-ground lightning. I know you touched on it just a little bit earlier, but man, these county roads are flooded. Heavy downpours.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And we're still looking at your video here coming in as well. So we want to really track this. Again, we're tracking all these different storms around Oklahoma. I know we're really jumping around quite a bit. We're going to get back to Eric's coming up momentarily as well. But this storm, Peyton, has really been picturesque as we've gone through the day. And of course, we hate to say that really about severe storms, but we've had very good visuals. And we just saw some cloud to ground lightning there of your storms. And it's been specifically this storm as we've gone through the day. It's probably been 2 to maybe 3 times this storm really wrapped up tight. And it looked like it was maybe even trying to produce some funnel cloud activity. We've never had anything more out of it. In fact, we've never even had a tornado warning out of this storm. But again, this has been a fairly impressive storm here. I think right now, Peyton, in my opinion, this is probably the tightest that's been wrapped up just north of Butler. And we're getting a fairly decent little inflow notch now here on radar as well. So again, if you have anything to add to this storm, let us know. We want to keep your video up here. And again, we want to keep checking in with you. I want to go back to Eric Hobbs, and that's also where we have the tornado warning. Let's just, if we can, let's go and double box these here. And so, Eric, you're out again in the town of Eric. Again, give us an update on our tornado warned storm out there in Beckham County. This is Eric's video coming in. More rain involved here. The area of spin, it's associated with rain. It's wrapped in rain. So if there was any type of funnel cloud or tornadic activity in this storm in Eric, again, Beckham County, western Oklahoma, south of I-40, it would be hard to see because, again, it would be wrapped in rain, and again, it's very rural, so it's a little intermittent. You see it there. This is the other storm. Right now, we're watching carefully. Again, this here is in Custer County, and this is going to be just south of Butler, and again, that's where we have Peyton Epperly. But let's go over to Eric Hobbs, and Eric, let's go and get another update there from the Eric area.
Yeah, William, I am making my way back to the east so I can get on the road and head back to the interstate, and going to work my way a little more east and try to get back out in front of this storm. Everything right now is completely engulfed in rain, so we're not able to see much except a lot of lightning.
Yeah, that's the only problem with that one. It's really, I mean, it's associated with quite a bit of rain, so we really want to keep our eyes on that. I'm just kind of moving the radar around a little bit here, and it still looks like the area of concern, again, just still back down to the south, again, of where you are. We're looking at your live GPS. You know, the other thing we want to keep our eye on, and we're going to look at radar coming up here in a minute, but there's another storm out by McLean, Texas, and again, that one continues to be tornado warned, and it started down by Tulia, Texas. It's at least produced 3 tornadoes. That one will also try and come into Oklahoma. We've really got to keep our eyes on that. I think Trey's on his way down there as well. He's going through Cheyenne, it looks like, right now, so he should be down in the area to kind of help out, again, with all of that. There's a lot that's going to be going on down there in far southwestern Oklahoma over the next hour or so. But again, Eric right now involved in rain. Again, that's the one, you know, unfortunate piece right now in southwestern Beckham County here, that again, if there was any type of tornadic activity, it would be hard to see. And again, those are even more dangerous. You have to keep that in mind. Luckily right now, the tornado warning here in Beckham County, it's south of Eric. It's in a fairly rural area south of I-40. There's essentially no hometowns, but of course, as we all know, there's probably still farms and ranches and other things like that down in kind of that more unincorporated part of the county. So we're going to continue to watch Eric's video come in here. Lots of heavy rain. Tornado warning continues for southwestern Beckham County. If you live in that area, have friends, family, relatives who live, again, not necessarily, there's no hometowns there, but they still live in that kind of more unincorporated part of the county. You've got to be taking your immediate tornado precautions. You couldn't see anything, even if it was coming your way. We don't necessarily have a strong indication there's a tornado on the ground right now, but this storm does continue to cycle up and it does continue to cycle down. The other storm that we're watching, again, it continues to be here near the Butler area, and this is more dynamic video coming in. Again, this storm has had some intermittent rotation as well. In fact, it's really cycled up and down almost 3 times, came very close to producing tornadic activity again earlier in the day, still out there in Custer County. And so, Peyton Epperly, we want to get another update from you. It looks like even on radar, this storm, not necessarily as impressive as it was maybe 5 minutes ago, but the video coming in and the dynamics with this storm, fairly impressive. But again, you can see the wall cloud, I mean, just straight ahead here in your shot. But give us an update on this storm.
Yes, William, I got clear here. We're breaking up in and out, so I caught just the end of what you were saying. But I mean, you're right. It'll drop down and it'll have a very apparent wall cloud, and it'll look really organized. And then a couple minutes later, it'll start recycling again. So, thankfully for the people in Butler, we have not had anything serious yet. But I mean, this is something to definitely keep your eye on.
Yeah, no 2 ways about it. And again, the area of spin right now just north of the Butler area. We may have just briefly lost Peyton's video. It should kick back in. If not, we'll take a different shot there. Let's see. We don't have Mike. I know Trey is still dropping to the south. We'll check in with Trey again coming up here momentarily. Let's do this. Let's go to the 2 box here. Let's go and take a look at this here. And we'll just kind of box all that up. We may have just also briefly lost Eric's shot there as well. So we'll check back in. We'll check back in with him again coming up momentarily as well. So let's go and zoom this